Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you're all doing very well. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button if you love dinosaurs just like we do. And today we're looking at Paleo Pines, the demo. So we begin in the character customization, and there's lots of it. There's skin colour, hairstyle, lots of customization to make your character exactly how you want them to look. And there's also some nice trendy clothes here that you can choose from, and I took quite a while here to make sure my character looked exactly how I wanted. But once I'd finalised my look, I was ready to jump in and get started with Paleo Pines. So let's do it. So here we are, we've arrived at Paleo Pines. This is the ranch that you're going to work on and restore to its former glory. So this is Lucky, the Parasaurolophus, who you start the game with. They're your steed, and I must say, I do love the pattern on Lucky. It's very nice sky blue. And then when we arrive at the ranch, we're shown round, basically saying it's a bit of a dumping ground. It's been left to rot and decay. So this is going to be our job to make sure that we make it nice for all the dinosaurs that we're going to tame, and obviously the crops that we're going to grow in our farm. So here we have a little conversation with Lucky, basically talking about the journey they've been on, and it's telling you a few of the controls, how to pet and also feed your dinosaurs. And then this is showing your inventory, which is where you'll have all your different sorts of seeds to grow the plants. You'll have the foods and the treats for the dinosaurs. You'll also have crafting materials such as wood and stone. We're then introduced to the dream stones, which are these crystal-like rocks which you've got to place in your dinosaur pens for a place for the dinosaurs to sleep in. And this is introduced by Lucky here as he's showing the sleeping patch. And each dinosaur that you bring back to your ranch is going to need one of these sleeping stones. There's different variations of sizes, small and large, and essentially you're going to have these in your pens to make sure your dinosaurs are happy, otherwise they might be unhappy and leave the ranch. We then discover that there's something blocking the way into our little house, so we then go and seek Lucky's help. And Lucky has the ability to dig. So as you can see around the ranch there's a lot of rubbish and stuff in the way, and Lucky has the ability to dig this up and move it for you. So they play a crucial role in tidying up the ranch, but Lucky does have a stamina, so you can't just go around and clean it all up at once. He has a bar at the top which is his stamina, and you can't overwork Lucky. If you do, he'll make it known that he's not very happy with you and start complaining that he's tired. So he'll have to go to bed and recover, and then the next day you can carry on cleaning up the areas of the ranch that you want to. So after that, we pop Lucky back in their pen. We then retire to bed ourselves in the cabin, and this shows you how to save the game and also go to sleep, and this takes you to the next day. So if you're waiting for your crops and you want to speed it up a bit, you can go to sleep and make the game go a little quicker. So here we are, the next day arrives, and we are now introduced to our neighbours who have come to say hello and welcome us to Paleo Pines. Here we're introduced to Mary and Owen, and they've got their own dinosaur steeds in the background there, as you can see. And this basically sets up a few of the quest lines in the game, talking about the missing Parasaurolophus. There used to be Parasaurolophus in the meadows, but now no one's seen them for a long time, and they're all very shocked that Lucky is here because they've not seen one in a long time. They then give us some tips and directions about the local town, Pebble Plaza, and the shops we might find there and the equipment we can buy. And then we move on to the dinosaur journal, which Owen gives us, and this is your key to the world essentially. You go around and you can make notes in this book about anything you find, from dinosaurs to plants to materials, and then this can then be referred to in the future when you're looking to make crafting materials or whether you're trying to tame dinosaurs. So it's very nice to have such friendly neighbours. I opened up the dinosaur journal, and as you can see, it has a lot of information in here. It's got the time, the day, the season, the weather, all sorts of stuff that you need to know, and information about quests, more importantly, which ones you've started, whereabouts you're up to, what's outstanding in those quests, and it tells you about Lucky's happiness meter. So essentially, what you need to do to keep your dinosaurs happy and make sure that they stay on the ranch. If they are unhappy, you'll be able to find out here, and it'll also tell you what you need to do to make them happy and stay on your ranch. You don't want to be losing any of your dinosaurs. And on that note, it's time to feed Lucky his breakfast. So we go into our inventory, and we have herbivore food, and there'll also be carnivore food that you'll find in the world, and then you've got to put that in the right trough for the right dinosaur. Make sure you give them the right food, otherwise they won't be very happy with you. After breakfast, I decided to do a bit more cleaning up around the ranch, digging up these wooden poles and stones you can see around the ranch to make sure that the ranch is a bit tidier. And after that, I headed out to explore and find Pebble Plaza. And as you arrive in the valley here, you really see the beauty of this game. The graphics are really lush and colourful, and there's so much going on, from bridges, little rivers, tree houses. It's just really nice to look at. So we've arrived on the path, and I made my way over this little stone bridge. I had a little nosy at the Styracosauruses before I did, because I was intrigued. And we find out about these little bubbles they're blowing. We find out about them a little bit later, and that's to do with befriending them. So I'll tell you about that a little later when it comes up in the actual demo. But I couldn't resist just running around with Lucky, running around and exploring the meadow for a little while. I didn't want to go straight into Pebble Plaza. I had to go for a sprint and run around, but I think I tired Lucky out. I think he got a bit tired, so I decided to return to the bridge and find out what the next quest line was. We are then introduced to Agami, and she has lived in the village for the longest. So she's quite an old neighbour who basically has a lot of wisdom and knowledge. And she has a little stall in Paleo Pines in the Pebble Plaza, basically with seeds and stuff you can grow on your ranch. So she's an important contact to have. We then follow her inside Pebble Plaza, and then she gives us a little tour and shows us the stalls, the people we can buy things from. Agami gives us a warm welcome to Pebble Plaza, and she also tells us if we don't got it, you don't need it. So I think that sums up a Pebble Plaza. It's basically got everything you need in the game, from seeds, crafting materials, all bits and bobs that you might need in the game for your ranch to build it. We're shown Milo, who's basically the handyman of the village, who basically works with wood and stone and can make fences and all sorts of stuff that you need to build on your ranch. And then Agami shows us her own stall, which is on the other side, which is all the seeds and stuff for farming. Then we have Pippin's Bakery. She's not here today, but she is busy baking, so we find her on another day. But her sweet treats are basically used for taming dinosaurs, and you've got to get the right sweet treat for the right dinosaur to make sure you befriend them correctly. Well, that'll come a little bit later. Then we have Corlon's store, and this is essentially said to be anything and everything. He's got all bits and bobs, no specialist stall here, it's just jack of all trades. I then had the opportunity to have a little explore and wander around Pebble Plaza, which was very interesting. And I find it really funny, some of the people who you come across, if you click at them, they'll say random things, little sentences that are saying where they're going or problems they've had on the day. So I thought that was a really nice touch. But after running around for so long, I got a bit tired, so I sat down on this bench overlooking this lovely pond. I did some last minute shopping for the ranch, and then I made my way out of Pebble Plaza. But on my way out, I was stopped by Milo. And Milo then offers you his help and says he wants to help you around the ranch a little bit and show you the ropes, essentially, which is really helpful because coming into the game you don't really have an idea of how to build the fences, how to build new pens or anything like that. So he comes down to the ranch with you and gives you some tips and tricks to make sure you hit the ground running. And he starts by showing you how to build a pen, so how to use fences. And as you can see here, we go to a bird's eye view, and basically it's very, very simple. You basically plot each post in the ground and then just put it wherever you want and make the shape that you want, the pen size that you need. And every pen needs a gate, so you go into your inventory and select the gate, and then you go and put it wherever you want it to be. And this allows you to enter the pen and for the dinosaurs to come and go as they please as well. Once the pen is complete, we have a little chat with Milo, and then Lucky comes running in and seems very pleased with his new built pen. So that's very good, and now we know how to make dinosaur pens for any future dinosaurs that we bring back to the ranch. So thank you very much, Milo. But I was eager to get back out there and do some exploring, so without further ado I went off into the wilderness. A lot of it obviously is blocked off because it's the demo, so you're restricted to a certain area, but still I can't believe how large of an area that we have got in the demo. It is really big, so that is very promising for the full game when that comes out, which will be even bigger. So I was wandering around here with Lucky, and I came to this lovely bridge and river, which was really fun, and then I saw this little tree house at the top, so I tried to get round to it, but I couldn't find out. But then I saw some Coelophysis, so I investigated those and said hello, and they look very cute. And I got my little dino journal, made a little note and documented them. But then I wanted to investigate this this treetop trail thing that I've seen, and this apparently is Mary's house, but she was not home, so I couldn't get in. I went on foot and a little wander and found this little telescope and some research documents on this table, so there must be something, a storyline regarding the dinosaurs and doing research with them, which is really interesting. And wandering down this path, I followed this path and thought, ooh, I got to a fork in the road, but I had to decide one way or another. I found some Gallimimus, and then carried on, found some herbivore food as well, so that can go in Lucky's trough when I get back. So I was really just exploring here and working out my bearings of the map, figuring out where things were. And then on my travels, I stumbled across Owen's house. I came to the backyard of his house, and then I saw him at the front, had a little chat, and he was talking about the Dino Journal and reminding us about its uses. I said hello to Bongo, the Gallimimus, give him a little pet, and then I was back on my way on the road again to do some more exploring. Lovely lake there by Owen's house, and then through these rocks I found some Stegosaurus, which is very exciting. And again, the blowing the bubbles, which we work out later in regard to taming dinosaurs and befriending them. Then back over this hill near this river I found another type of dinosaur, and this was the Ankylosaurus. As you can see there in the distance, lovely blue colour, and he again is blowing bubbles. And we'll go through this in the next episode, talking about how to tame and befriend these dinosaurs with your flute. And as you can see there, there's another log blocking that road, so that's another way you'll be able to go in the full game, but obviously this is the demo, so it is blocked off at the moment. But still, this is a huge map, and there's loads of little dinosaurs that you can come across and interact with, and I'm looking to tame most of these in the demo and try and bring them back to the ranch. And as you can see, there's a day and night cycle as well, so it's getting darker now. This boulder blocking the path, you can see, is a main quest line as well. So the quest will be to remove that boulder. I'm assuming we've got to tame a Styracosaurus or maybe an Ankylosaurus to break through that stone and be able to get to the next town, which is mentioned by some of the characters in Pebble Plaza. There's also a notice board in Pebble Plaza that your friends and neighbours put notes on. You can then check this out, see what missions or tasks are required, and then you can do this, complete it, and get a reward for it. As you can see, I was just doing a bit of late night shopping in Pebble Plaza before returning to my ranch, as it was getting late, darkness was setting in, and the day was coming to a close. So I jumped back on Lucky, over the bridge, through the meadow, and back to the ranch. So with that said, that is the first day on Paleo Pines complete. Please drop a like down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe for the next episode, where we'll be taming dinosaurs and starting to grow crops on our farm. If you want more Paleo Pines, why not check out all the dinosaurs we know about in the Dinosaur Journal on screen now.